Hi friends, it's Amy Frillici with the Gathering Inkspiration Stamp Studio, and today I want to show you how to make this. Is just a gorgeous, I love tulips, and I don't feel like we've had a tulip stamp set in quite a while. So anyway, this is a beautiful tulip stamp set, and then a thank you sentiment on here. It says, "Thank you for caring." So first of all, I want to show you all of the products that we're going to use to make on this card, and then we'll go ahead and get started making the card. So we are using lots of products from our new annual catalog that just came out on June 1st. So the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog, everything in this catalog is going to be available until next May 31, 2018. So here we go. I'm going to show you first of all, because I think this is just a beautiful suite of products. This is the Fresh Florals suite, and actually I moved that out of the way, but can you see this is a strip of that paper right here. So it comes in all of our in colors. This is the, can you guys see this? I'm going to try to lift it up so you can see a little bit better. The Fresh Florals Designer Series paper stack. And it comes, I'm going to set it down so I can kind of point, comes in all of our in colors, like I said. So this is Berry Burst, this is Fresh Fig, this is Lemon Lime Twist, this is Powder Pink, and then this is Tranquil Tide. And then we also use some of the coordinating ribbon. This is the finely woven ribbon that comes in all of the in colors, and we used the Berry Burst finely woven. It's a 1/2 inch wide ribbon. On our card, you can see all the in colors right there. The other fun product, we're not using it on this card, but it's these little in color bitty bows. I'm gonna hold this up too. Can you guys see? I'm trying to get super close there. Yeah, so there are all those little bitty bows in our in colors. So those are just a fun other item. Like I said, we're not using those today. And then, oh my gosh, just a beautiful showcase of our in colors. It's like they even, I think they put, maybe they put re-inker in water in those vases right there. I hadn't noticed that before, but that is just a beautiful effect. Okay, let's see, what else are we using? You guys see me using these all the time, but I just wanted to point them out. Mine are such a mess in my package, so I'm showing you in the catalog because I think I always forget how many are in there, but we are using, can you guys see? It's these right here, the Layering Circle Framelits, and they come with 16 dies. So I still don't know, maybe, well, probably 8 and 8, so 8 scallop edge and then 8 straight edge dies, and they measure anywhere from 3 5/16. Oh, this is the largest image, sorry. I don't know the smallest one, but the largest one is 3 5/16 by 3 5/16. Okay, so then the last thing I want to show you is the stamp set that we're using. So this, I'm going to actually flip back here just a little bit so you guys can see. This is all part of our host Stampin' Rewards section in the very, very back of the catalog. So let me see, can you guys see this right here? I'm going to bring that up so you can see. So these are the Stampin' Rewards, and basically if you put in an order of at least $150, then you get 10% in Stampin' Rewards, which basically means free stuff. And then it kind of goes up from there. Kind of a sweet spot to get to if you hold a party, or maybe you put a big whopping order in. If you get to $450 in orders, you get 14% of $450 or whatever your dollar amount comes to for your product. But then you also get one item at half off. So that's like an awesome point to get to, like I said, on a private party or a class, or maybe just your big order to get a bunch of product. Anyway, the one kind of fun part is though that then you can use those host dollars to get any of these host stamp sets that are in the back of the catalog. And oops, I skipped one too many pages. So this is the one that's a fun in the city to see all of those 60 different stamps in that stamp set. We are actually using, this is the Tranquil Tulips. Can you guys see? I'm going to kind of try to scan down there. Come back down a little bit. So the Tranquil Tulips stamp set, and you actually get 22 stamps in that stamp set. And the other cool part, can you guys see the price on there? So it is only 10 host dollars. This is the only time that you can get these stamps is with your host dollars. And they give you kind of a price break on it too. They charge you only 10 host dollars. And what they're saying, if you can read right there, I'm trying not to let that flop, but it's probably a $16 value, meaning if they put it in the front of the catalog, they would have charged $16 if it were in this part of the catalog for that host stamp set. So you kind of get a little bit more, I always say, bang for your buck in host dollars also. And then here's a gorgeous, I think they cut these out because we don't have framelits, which I've chosen not to do on our card, but that would give it a whole nother effect. But you can see those pretty, or gorgeous, I guess I should say, tulips right there. So let's go ahead and get started. So again, here is the card we're going to be making. I'm going to scoot that right up there, and I'm going to get all of my pieces over here. Okay, so what should I'm always like, what should I do first? Well, I think we're going to do our stamping because that is the majority of what's happening on this card. So I'm going to scoot these guys out of the way. And I am going to grab my little pad here, my Stampin' Pierce mat, I guess I'll call it. This is a great work surface because these are the photopolymer, the clear all the way through stamps. They tend to be a little bit futzy, so we're going to use that to do our stamping. So I am going to start, this is our Lemon Lime Twist new in color ink. We're going to start with that one. I thought that was the easiest way to do it, was to start with the leaves or the stems of the flower. So just kind of that nice easy tap, tap, tap. And I'm going to stamp right about there. And I just rub a little bit. I'm not wiggling or rocking, but I just want to make sure I get all the ink off. And that's actually supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look a little bit weathered. I don't know if you can, here's my stamp set itself, but you can see it's not perfect. It's kind of that watercolory look on this stamp set. So I stamped it okay, even though you're thinking, maybe not. Okay, so here's another one of the leaves. We're going to ink that up and stamp that right there. And again, that's supposed to kind of look like that, where it's not perfect. It's got that really pretty shading. And then one more leaf over here. Okay, let's see. Next we are going to use our Berry Burst ink, another new in color. This has become, this color combination actually has become like a super huge favorite of mine. Oh, I should show you. So this is kind of the background shading, and I'm not going to stamp too heavy because and that should be okay. Let's see, because then we're going to use this stamp, kind of goes on the inside, and I'm going to ink that up really well, and I think that's going to fill it in for us. I might have been able to press a little bit harder, but I kind of like that. So you see how the lighter shading on the back and then the darker kind of lower toward the front. So same idea. This one's going to provide some shading back here, so just kind of nice, easy. And you might get a little bit more ink on yours. I'm just not, or maybe if I press a little bit. Yeah, maybe not. That's okay though, because then I'm going to fill in. So this one, it's got like the lines, a little bit more of the texture, and then we're going to ink that up. So this is kind of a two-step stamp. Maybe it even said that in the catalog and I missed pointing that out to you. But it just kind of, when you use first this stamp and then the other one with the lines and shading in it, it just adds so much kind of texture and detail to the stamp itself. So let's see, I think we are done with that one. We are going to add the little black, are those seeds? I probably sound like I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not sure. They're not, you guys tell me, I can't remember what, we're just going to add them, whatever these are called. They're not seeds, but maybe they are. I don't know. We're going to just, this is our basic black Archival ink, and we're just kind of stamping those in there. So isn't that cool? It just kind of adds a little bit more detail to our flower. And then actually last up, we're going to go back to our Lemon Lime Twist ink. Before I open that up, I'm going to show you. Can you see the little kind of water splotchy marks on here? And I'm actually going to move this off because I'm going to kind of stamp on the edges of this paper now. So those little water splotchy marks came from, this is the Timeless Texture stamp set, and I'm just using that little guy right there. Lots of really pretty detail and kind of background images on that stamp set. that is the red rubber too. Can you see? So this is the red rubber that peels off of the blocks. They do also come in red rubber that are permanently adhered to the wood blocks also. So that's your choice, whichever one. When they come in photopolymer, these clear all the way through, that's the only way that they come. So just so you know that. So we're gonna ink this up, and I'm just gonna, it's almost like somebody kind of splattered a little bit of water or ink on there. I'm just kind of add that a little bit. So I think that's good, just kind of randomly around on that piece. Here, I keep opening and closing. We're going to use that ink one more time. I'm actually going to scoot that guy out of the way. So I've just got a little strip of Whisper White cardstock. As I'm pulling that out, I'm realizing I haven't told you guys about sizes, measurements on things. So I'm going to do that in just a sec. This is just, ooh, excuse me, kind of a scrap piece of paper that I'm going to stamp my sentiment, that thank you for caring. So nice, easy tap, 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 and our lemon lime twist ink. I'm going to press straight down and straight up. And I will show you that stamp is actually from the Label Me Pretty stamp set. This is another super popular stamp set right now. There's our sentiment right there. It also comes with a happy birthday to you, from my kitchen to yours, and you're the best. And you can see how these kind of things would layer, like this kind of goes on the edges there, maybe behind some of those sentiments. So a fun, pretty label punch is part of a bundle. We're not using that punch today, but I think that's a great thing to kind of know about. So this has been a fun stamp set to use as well. Okay, so let me tell you about the sizes of what we're working with. So here's our card base that started out with a piece of cardstock that measured 8.5, oops, trying to hold that down, by 11, right? That's our standard cardstock. I cut the 11-inch side in half at 5.5, and then I scored the 8.5-inch side at 4.25. And that's what always makes that nice crisp fold on our card, right? Okay, then I have a little strip of that fresh Floral Designer Series paper, and that measures the full height of the card, so it's 5.5 inches by 1 inch, not inches. And then the other piece that we stamped on also measures the full height of our card, so 5.5, and that is 3 inches wide. Okay, so you can duplicate this card without any trouble. The other thing I want to do, let's see, this we are going to punch out with our 1 3/8 inch circle punch. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, turn that upside down. I've got my oldie but goodie punch here. If you were to order this today, it wouldn't look quite like this. It's not quite as big and bulky, but it still works perfectly, so I'm good with it. Okay, so we punch that out. The only other thing, because I know I mentioned that we're going to use our layering circle framelits, we're going to use this guy right here. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. I'm going to grab my Big Shot, and we are going to cut that little, ooh, boy, I've been using this a lot lately. It's kind of messy there, huh? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have pointed that out. Maybe you didn't even see that, right? I should just not say those things, right? Okay, so we have the magnetic platform. We've got one clear cutting pad. We've got our Berry Burst cardstock, and then that little baby scallop edged circle framelit. Put our other clear cutting piece on top there, and we're going to crank that handle through. Let's see, get that going without the bump there. Okay, move our Big Shot out of the way. Put this over here so you can see. So always love how nice and easy that pops right out of there, right? So we need that, and we don't need these guys, so I'm going to move them over here. Okay, so now we can kind of finish putting our card together. So we're going to put some adhesive. Can you see that was the little scallop edge circle that we made there? Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of snail adhesive on the back of our circle, the sentiment. And you see how that just peeks out behind there, just kind of a fun little accent behind there. We are going to put a couple of dimensionals behind this guy right there. Let's see, next we are going to add some adhesive on the back right over here so that we can put our berry burst paper kind of beside it there. Let's see, make sure I get that lined up. Okay, there we go. And then, oh, don't forget. Okay, so here, this is the, no, did I call that? This is lemon lime twist. I think I'm getting my colors mixed up. I feel like maybe I said that wrong. So that's the lemon lime twist, and then this is the berry burst. And we're gonna just cut a little strip of ribbon and just tack it around the back. Okay, this one I am going to use some fast fuse with. I kind of like to use that when I've got my ribbon, because I think that, well, for one, it holds the ribbon down a little bit better. And sometimes I'll kind of flip this back over so I make sure I've got that going straight. So that, does that look straight? I think it does. Okay, I'm gonna tack that down there, and then I'm gonna add some more fast fuse up on the top here. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit right there and there too. So that'll hold it down really, really well. Okay, so now we are going to line this up maybe right about there. Okay, and then last but not least, we're gonna peel the backing off of our dimensionals and put our sentiment on there, the thank you for caring. So there, how about that? Isn't that beautiful? So love, love, love this color combination right now. Like I said, the lemon lime twist and the berry burst, so much fun, just so very pretty. So I hope you enjoyed this color combination and this card as well. Make sure you check out my blog at, move that guy out of the way, at Gathering Ink with a K, excuse me, gatheringinkspiration.com. This project will be on there. Obviously, you're already on my new YouTube channel checking that out. So maybe take a peek at other videos. I've got lots of other fun projects that I've been making lately. If you find any product that you'd like to order, I'd love to earn your business. Feel free to shop anytime on my Stampin' Up website at amysuzanne.net. I will have links to both of these things in the details below this YouTube video. So that's a simple way to find those. If you would like to shop, make sure you go to my blog, and on the right-hand side toolbar, up at the top kind of right corner, there's a host code listed there. So make sure you grab that host code so that when you go shopping on my website, if you spend at least $50 and use that host code, I send you a free special treat in the mail. For example, it could even be this berry burst ribbon. It's kind of a surprise every month, so you never know what you're gonna get. But anyway, hopefully you were inspired today and you enjoyed this project, and I'll hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.